can't handle my strongest potions. No one can. My strongest potions are fit for a beast, let alone a man.
Yippee.
Yippee indeed, and big frog to you as well. What up, Camilla, who was first? What up, V? Thanks for subscribing into Battery City. The second month. We're out here, fried these of King Nuts. Ha! Got him. How's everyone doing? I had a work trip last week, and so I was not able to Friday the Kingdom because I was on an airplane, and then not on an airplane, and then horizontal. And then I had a lot of work to do all week, and definitely managed to get ill, which is not surprising considering travel and my immune system. A lot happened just now. Hey, Darth Yoda. V, thank you for the 71 biddies. Hey, Pants, how's it going? Anyway, that happened. We died, but that's okay. I am a little sick, but not too bad. I definitely actually got some sleep. And even though sometimes my job is rough, they actually care about the people that work there. So when I was like, yeah, I think tomorrow I have to take a sick day because I need to rest, they were like, please do not do anything work-related tomorrow at all. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. I got to use the couch that I put in here. I think people that were here like 2 weeks ago remember the saga of getting the couch into here, Jahila Tugin. How's it going, Millie? Big Millie fan. And, so it's going to lightning in several hours, and that's what happened before. You can see exactly how long this was on. Do you build Lego set 75313? Which Lego set is that? Probably, though, yes. Hi, a little sick. Yeah, so I don't have a whole lot of brain cells going on today. But what we have to do in the video game is, like, find 3 bridges and play bird game, perhaps. You know, you gotta make money somehow. And collect star pieces and some more things to upgrade everything. But that's really it. It's the AT-AT. You absolutely build it. Please build it and post pictures. Absolutely. Millie's doing okay. I'll take okay. We're crushing the Lungy Mansion speedruns yesterday. Got another PB. At one point, you were like a minute and a half ahead with a gold, and then at a different point, you were like a minute and a half ahead with a gold. So you could PB by like 3 more minutes clean before you even need to do any different strats. You can start doubling up the ice ghosts in one of the sealed rooms by puffing out some fire, keeping them stun locked, open 2 chests at a time so you can double, be in and out up in there, you know? Californians who like the video game Luigi's Mansion will find that joke funny. Still job hunting, going to a cave, and apply to be a boxer at Costco. Like, I feel like that kind of job, all of those kinds of jobs, like, it really depends on the store, how it feels. You know what I mean? Just, like, in my experience, and, like, the people that I know that have had, like, jobs and shit like that. So, like, it might be, like, that could be, like, a really chill job where you just do what you need to do and then you go home and do what you feel like. So I hope that that works. I hope that works out for you, as in you get the job and it's that sort of thing where, like, it's just a chill job and then you can, like, pop bottles and buy more AT-ATs. Or I hope if you don't get the job, then that store sucked anyway and that you'll find a much better job, you know? You don't want to stand just ask people if they want you to put their items in a box when they check out. But it's almost been a year. Like, I get it. I feel you. I hope that you can find a job that's like, it isn't, like, even if it isn't glamorous, it just doesn't blow. Damn, a 20 stream streak? How do you even manage? Like, I guess we have a schedule now, but there's been only so many Fridays of the Kingdom. It's kind of difficult to catch that many streams in a row. Do some more Ouija tomorrow. Whenever I have like a speed game that I'm actually like, I wake up and I go, oh man, I could totally run that back. I'm sorry. We have good news. September is over, but gift sub discounts are still here. Gift now. And it's covering up half my chat, so I have to X that out to see you all again. Don't know why. You'll find something, Darth Yoda. I don't know. Like, you're not dumb as bricks. You have the patience to sit down and put together a Lego AT-AT. Like, someone out there will give you a job that doesn't suck, you know? Like, I want that for you. I don't know exactly what it would be or what it looks like, whatever, but I hope it's, like, easy and it pays really well and, like, you just really don't mind doing it, you know? No pit dove. Come to die. Yo, what up, Flying Grayson? I don't got the lightning bolt on my forehead, but I did get struck by lightning right after a jump scare alert and died. And that lightning is coming up in about 10 in-game minutes. So maybe it counts. These. Casino never got back to you. Must not have smiled enough. I don't really know, like, what... I feel like it'd be really hard to clock the vibe of a casino. Maybe if I went to casinos, like, all the time, I would know more. But I feel like a job interview at a casino, I'd be, like, kind of stressed out because, like, I wouldn't know how I was supposed to behave. Like, I'd go into full manual mode and be like, where do I put my arms and where am I supposed to look? Because, like, I don't know what kind of guys, like, work in a casino, you know? Like, trying to fit in and act like everything's super normal, totally understand the whole casino thing. Like, that would be an interesting kind of improv scene to get into if I were to do it, I think. So I have no idea. I'm doing alright, Flying Grayson. I had a work trip last week that was in DC, and that, like, the work stuff went well, but travel always beats the shit out of me. And I got kind of sick, but, like, normal person kind of sick. Like, I just feel like shit, and all my sleep's all jacked up and all. But, like, not, like, hospital danger kind of sick. So, like, I'll take just not feeling well. That's fine. And I said that I would take today off and do no work. And even though I have work stuff in my brain, aha, I'm ready for you this time. This was foretold in the prophecy, as in, I went through this a few minutes ago, and I won't make the same mistake again. So I'll put on my thunder helm so the lightning doesn't kill us while I monologue. Like, I'm doing pretty alright. I'm trying to take it easy. I have tea, I have coffee, I got my smoothie, I got my vape, I got a sandwich in the fridge downstairs. Like, I'm super prepared to just hang out, you know? Counting cards is like... Counting cards is cool. It's, like, deceptively simple. The hard part about counting cards is both identifying the number of decks that they use and keeping up with a large number of decks. And then the harder part is people at a casino can throw you out for any reason, so even though card counting isn't illegal, if they find out that you're doing it, they'll just kick you out. So you need to have, like, a system, you know? Yeah, I'm really doing alright, though. Like, I have all my supplies right here, and I'm fucking playing Zelda on the internet, you know? Like, today could suck worse. So I'll take it. Yo, what up, Snail? Happy Friday. How are you doing? Anyone catch any of the auroras? There was a Class 4 coronal ejection that hit a lot of, like, the northern, like, United States and Canada and stuff. But it went really, really far down. Like, even, like, as far as New York. Like, I think parts of Arizona saw some of the aurora. California seeing some of the aurora, which is not very common, especially not, like, not on the very northern tip. It's a little bit less pronounced if there's like light pollution in your area, and it kind of looks like wiggle clouds that are all wispy but keep converging to something. But if you open up like your phone and stuff, you can see the colors a little more. It's just really cool to look up and be like, damn, that's the Aurora Borealis, even if it isn't like brilliant across the sky, you know? And in Persona 3 Reload, grinding out the best weapons for everyone, hell yeah. I'm almost at the end of this game and I'm grinding out all the armor for me. Ah, poon. Anyway, I didn't process a single one of these the last time that I talked to the lady, so I'm going to actually use my brain this time and figure out what we need. So we got all these, but I know there's like one or two we didn't in this block. Further down. Okay, we need large Zonai charges. Oh, and the construct horns, I remember. Wait, that's convenient because I can get some large Zonite charges and some construct horns, right? Damn, I need large Zonite. I'm gonna need more large Zonite. How get more Zonite? Zonite deposits. Routing. So I need Zonite, construct horns. Pokemon Go is your excuse to use your legs and touch grass. I always used to joke that in like the 1 square mile town where I grew up after like Hurricane like Sandy, Irene or Sandy, whichever one was I think the first one, there was all kinds of massive flooding. And the only 2 times I saw people in that town like walking around and talking to each other was when the hurricane hit and the summer Pokemon Go came out. So it's like either Pokemon Go or like some sort of violent display of cosmic power gets these people out of their houses. Only the 2 in my entire years of living there and being around there. You Pokemon went all over your side of town. Thank God there were drinking fountains. That sounds fun, though. I read something about a guy, like, getting locked into a cemetery and then having to explain that, like, they were just playing Pokemon Go and they didn't mean to be in the cemetery and it was really awkward because they had to make an entire phone call and all. Yeah, that's cool, V. I want to get up to, like, Alaska or something and see like, the brilliant aurora, you know? Like picturesque. So we need all kinds of Zonite charges and construct horns. Let's start with the construct horns, which means we need to go Captain Construct 2. Let's switch it over to 1, actually. And go back to the Great Sky Island and the Rising Island chain. So the Rising Island chain is up here. The Great Sky Island's the first place. Yeah, just walking around, going to Pokespots. Like, honestly, I kind of digged it, even though I have never played Pokemon Go. I don't have an account or anything. But everyone that entire, like, summer and all, they were in a really good mood. like, Pokemon Go came out and suddenly everyone was outside, like, taking walks, smiling, talking to each other and stuff. Like, that was kind of cool. So I felt like I got a lot out of Pokemon Go, even though I didn't play it at all. Now, where were they? I think there were 2 of them that were, like, down this way, right? Yeah, people were getting robbed, people would release lures into empty areas, and people would go and get their phones stolen. Like, that's, like, so shitty, but I can't help but marvel at that's, like, a reality, you know? That, like, when people talk about, like, responsible use of technology and other things and all, it's, like, gangs of people stealing phones by using Pokemon Go. Like, well, I don't think that's what, like, Niantic had in mind while they were developing the game. So there's only so much you can predict about the use cases of your product. like... Not the main takeaway from people getting robbed, but really interesting, you know? that's like an actual problem to deal with. Right? That's genius and awful. Like, yeah, like I'm upset with these people because that's a terrible thing to do. But like now we have to live in a world with like sky pirate ass thugs that like release lures in Pokemon Go in order to get people's phones. It's like that sounds like a bad plot out of an 1830 novel, you know? Oh, this is Sell Me Spot. Damn, I'm so good. Great at remembering stuff that doesn't help. Actual mimics, yeah, it's like, oh, like, don't trust, like, if you get free Pokemon lures, like, we've wrapped back around to, like, old folk tales, you know? That, and I guess with, like, count the fingers, count the teeth is, like, an old, like, fairy thing. And now it's like, well, if you have to determine whether or not something is real, if it's artificially generated, you count the fingers and teeth. Like, it's still applicable. Like, we've wrapped back around in so many ways. Some of those ways are bad, but it's really interesting. Yeah, you needed a smartphone to play the game, so everyone showing up was gonna have a smartphone with them. It's like, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Like... No, stop it. Why won't you let me hoop Manoop up there? Fine, jeez. yeah, real life drop rates. Yeah. To the people that camp in MMOs and wait outside the soups in like an area. And then like PvP stab everyone that goes for like a chest or something, you know, like fucking decoys. That's like, if anyone's ever read Adventures of Eve, there are a lot of parallels to where the fuck do I get out of this goddamn motherfucking cave, man? Like I'm like wandering around. We just go up. You have a superpower that gets you out of the cave. Stop it. Anyway, we're out of the cave. No way to track who released the lure. Cops were like, too bad, dummies. Like, imagine trying to prove that case, though, you know? Because, like, once that starts happening, like, they could get some of the information. But it probably wasn't, like, one gang called Team Rocket doing it. You know what I mean? It's not like they, like, go and, like, arrest the leader of the organization and then it stops. It's like, any motherfucker who had a Pokemon lure could use that in order to steal phones. So, like... how do you stop the problem? That's harder than, like, how do you catch, like, one guy who did it one time? It's like, it'll still happen then, right? Yeah, like, online Call of Duty camping Pokespots in isolated areas. Yeah, and that's, like, terrifying. Yeah, Team Rocket. It's like, yeah, it's like you expect it to be like, that's the guy. He's the one who's been stealing phones. Like, you're like, yeah, they could do that if there was, like, one person orchestrating this whole lure release thing, but how do you determine based on just the game data if you're releasing a lure for nefarious purposes or not? Like, does that hold up in court? Like, Your Honor, I make a motion that Mr. Johnson here released that lure to lure the victim into the alley, even though we don't have proof they were the one who took the phone. It's like, at some point, that just gets really hard. Like, the police force would have to have their own Pokemon Go account, right? And the best thing they could do is probably stake out the places and just try to play the game in min-max, because that's the behavior that people would exhibit, right? So what they should do is, like, troll around and try to find out if there are any, like, isolated areas with lots of lures being released.